Hey everyone, Matt Thomas here. Thanks for watching. This is the shorter version of the longer, great ways to give alternate final assessments. As always, these shorter videos don't tell the whole story, so please watch the longer video for the entire story and some of the explanations of these. I started the longer video with prefacing like, hey, some of these may not work for you. Don't let fear stop you for trying these. If it doesn't go the way you want it to, it's not going to mess up a student's education, right? So try these out of the box, final assessments. And it could be like semester final, like a big final, or it could be just a final project for a unit. Then I talk about as far as tests and how accurate of an indicator of intelligence tests are. I give like multiple different perspective of it. And then we finally get into these. So here we go. So the first one I talk about is using Legos to represent math. Using Legos to represent math. I've got some links of some projects that even high school teachers have done. Next one is creating fake social media accounts or pages for characters, either in novels or history characters, and even it can be used in science too. I talk about how science class can use that as well. The next one, letting your students teach via YouTube. I know a lot of teachers will do like their students will teach a unit in front of the class, but with YouTube bringing in digital media, they can bring so much more to that. Plus, it's not as nerve-wracking for students. Next one is letting your students write your final. I mean, obviously, you have final say over the final, and you have the questions you need in there, but allow students to write some as well. They're more vested in it because they wrote the stuff, right? You can leave some of the funny questions in there. The students look forward to taking the final. Next one. Have the students write and perform a play or a performance or a skit or whatever. It could be with English, it could be novels, it could be Romeo and Juliet, it could be history as well. You could have science, you could have students explaining a scientific method via performance, right? Next one, create a board game, great for different novels, great for history, great for science and math as well. I talk more about it in depth in the video. The next one, write a rap. If you have vocab or students that need to memorize certain terms, earworms are a great way to memorize things. So have the students write a rap. There was that math teacher that rapped in math class years ago. He was out on the seminar circuit with that stuff. So great stuff there. Next, create a society, even including propaganda posters if you're into that. If that's part of the unit that you're teaching. Creating a society could be great for dystopian novels. It could be great for history. It could be, great for science if you're creating a society based on science in certain areas, climate and so on. How could they survive, et cetera, et cetera. How to apply science in an actual, real world perspective, you could say. Create a year-end collage is the next one. So rather than testing the students on the most recent unit that they did, have them revisit all that they've done all year and put together a collage of all the concepts they've learned all year so they can revisit all that. Next one, put someone on trial, great for argumentative writing, whether it be a novel, whether it be history, whether it be science, right? You can argue why this scientific method doesn't work in all situations. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. So you could do math. You could put math equations on trial and argue why they don't work in certain areas. I don't know. Let your creativity, flow on that. Next one, create a video game exam. So for those who play video games or you know how to make video games, you can make your own video game exam and have your students play it for their final. Collaborate with another teacher for a final project. That is cross-curricular instruction, which is, according to science, one of the most effective teaching strategies available. Teaching fewer concepts, but more opportunities for mastery and application. So collaborate with another teacher. The students love that when you do it. Next, do an in-class science fair using the updated science concepts that they're learning now. Before you go, yeah, science fair, that's so 7th grade. Like, no, seriously, students love this stuff. Have them create things using whatever science they're learning at the moment, right? And then finally, I end it with suggestions from our teachers. So please watch the video so you can get those. Thanks, everyone.